Hunting for Answers is a production of the Black Effect Podcast Network and iHeartRadio. Welcome to Hunting for Answers, a true crime podcast. I'm your host, Hunter, and today we're highlighting a case out of Folkston, Georgia. It's a small city in southeast Georgia, near the Florida state line. In the early morning hours of March 31st, 2019, a concert had just ended at the local American Legion. People were leaving the building. It was just after 3:20 a.m. Then, out of nowhere, gunfire erupted. In the chaotic moments that followed, 3 women were shot outside the American Legion. One of them, a 21-year-old woman, was fatally wounded. Within minutes, another shooting would be reported across town. Years later, one question still remains. Who fired the fatal shot outside the American Legion that morning? This is the story of Sheeyta Herrin. Sheeyta Elaine Herrin was 21 years old. She was from Camden County, Georgia. Like many cases, only limited details about Sheeyta's life have been shared publicly. On the night of March 30th, 2019, into the early morning hours of March 31st, she was in Folkston. Like many others that night, she was there to enjoy the concert at the American Legion. People had come to listen to music, see friends, and enjoy a night out. But as the event was ending and people began leaving the building, the night was about to take a tragic turn. According to the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, the shooting happened around 3:21 a.m. In the moments that followed, 3 women were struck by gunfire near the building. Sheeyta Elaine Herrin was one of them. She did not survive. The other 2 women were injured and taken for medical treatment. But the violence that morning was not over. About 15 minutes later, a second shooting was reported. This one happened at a Flash Floods gas station in Folkston. In that incident, 2 men were shot and injured. They were also transported for medical care. From the very beginning, investigators noted an important detail. Some of the people involved in the second shooting had been at the American Legion earlier that night. Because of that, authorities said they could not rule out the possibility the 2 shootings were connected. They had happened only minutes apart in the same small community. But exactly how or if the 2 incidents were related remained unclear. Local media reporting indicated the event at American Legion had drawn a large crowd. One report, citing the Charlton County Herald, estimated that around 100 people may have been at the party. This detail stands out in the investigation. When the gunfire started, many people were present. People who may have seen what happened. People who may have heard what led up to the shooting. And people who may have information that could help investigators piece together what happened. In the hours after the gunfire, law enforcement began working to reconstruct what had happened. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation was called in to assist local authorities. Investigators interviewed witnesses. They collected evidence from both scenes, and they worked to determine whether the two shootings were connected. Over time, authorities said multiple people were arrested in connection with incidents related to that night. However, according to the GBI, no one has been publicly identified as responsible for the shooting that killed Sheeyta Herrin. For Sheeyta's family and loved ones, the years since that morning have been filled with grief and questions. The broad outline of what happened is known, but one question has never been answered. Who fired the fatal shot that killed Sheeyta Herrin? With so many people present that night, it is possible someone saw or heard something important. Even a small detail could help clarify what happened. As of the most recent information available, the homicide of Sheeyta Elaine Herrin remains unsolved. The Georgia Bureau of Investigation continues to list the case as an open homicide investigation. More than 5 years later, uncertainty still lingers. For many families seeking justice, the possibility of answers is what keeps the search going. What led up to the shooting that night? Who took Sheeyta Herrin's life? And will anyone ever be held accountable? Anyone with information about the shooting that took Sheeyta Herrin's life is urged to contact the Georgia Bureau of Investigation Kingsland office. You can also reach the Charlton County Sheriff's Office. Contact information for both can be found in the show notes below. Our thoughts are with the family, friends, and loved ones of Sheeyta Elaine Herrin. As we close out this episode, remember, sharing her story helps remind people that important questions still remain in her case. It also supports the continued search for answers. For more cases and updates, follow Hunting for Answers. You can also connect with us through our Facebook group and find us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Reach out if there's a story you believe deserves attention. Thank you for joining us for another episode. Until next time. Hunting for Answers is a production of the Black Effect Podcast Network. For more podcasts from the Black Effect Podcast Network, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.